Exactly.
Don't mind me, just swigging coffee here. I love to leave a silence hanging in the air. It looks like we're gonna go live though. This is still Vanilla TV. Can't believe you're here after that last game. I was having palpitations. Where we're gonna be here for the second map. It's gonna be Gullywash. It's Admirable, Beasley, and Arie on the camera. Beasley, what's happening?
What's happening is that Calho is really not able to get into mid yet with his buff there. And Moore is taking advantage of that. He's getting some nice stickies out of them as Calho jumps onto the nipple. And the rest of the team, Forsaken is able to take down Evil Moon, so there's no heals for TLR. But Calho takes out Flip, Nadir takes out War, and it also takes out Bite. So now we're going to see the advantage flip in favor of TLR as Hiss hits amazing pipes onto Forsaken. Kyler for fun takes out Drozo. So maybe Drozo is a bit of an idiot. And they're going to take the mid.
Shots fired. The deer gets the double suicide kill there. I think War blew himself up and Bite cratered. That's gotta do wonders for your confidence, you know, when I'm around people just want to kill themselves. The deer, he's a nice guy, really. Give him a chance, guys. Right now we're gonna see War spamming stickies from on high onto TLR's choke, or his own choke as TLR try and come through, but for a second there he was alone, he was exposed, there was a scout in there. It was Rake. He was surely calling for his team just to walk in and pick the demo man, but they didn't react. Rake's been baited out. He's gone down. Calio is playing heavy right now. Maybe Rake will spawn the sniper. Was it a tactical suicide? Time will tell. 5 seconds. Tick tock, tick tock.
Oh, I think they've been stream sniping here. And Rake is not going to do it. No, they have 2 scouts and heavy. They're going to opt for a lot of hit scan. Maybe they're waiting for a bomb to come in. Maybe they don't want to push. I don't know. Maybe they're taking a page out of Bite's handbook. The Bite playbook, as we're going to call it from now on in this match. It's a big stalemate, and the main reason for that is the heavy. I thought we were done with this seasons and seasons ago. But Calho has other thoughts.
What they should do. I'm running the playbook here. Show your heavy. Oh, they're gonna lead, doesn't matter. They're going in with a soldier suicide. Not even pretending to push there, just gonna send Nadir straight in. He didn't even rocket jump, he just walked forward, fired out 4 rockets and couldn't manage to make them. They've got a heavy perched up on the crates here. Instant Uber comes in and responds to TCM's push, and the Ubers will be treated. War's scanning the area here to see if he can get any picks as Heist comes in as the Uber's fade tries to catch somebody, but Bite and War, both very skilled demo men, they know how these things work. They're going to back out and not fall into that trap. But although TLR are very much able to secure middle, they're not in a position where they can push. The heavy weapons guy is so slow. They really need to try and pick up some frags on the flanks, and that's what they've done. They found Forsaken at Big Door, and now Bite is trapped up here at choke. He's going to try and back off and just kite the blue team as long as he can. He is working his way up top, and TLR maybe missed an opportunity to crush the combo, but instead they've gone for a frag onto Droso to continue their man advantage as Forsaken respawns. TCM are going to go here for the cap onto middle, and this is just a little bit foolish. And it's time 7 here.
This is...
Oh,
yeah,
just
time 7. You know,
brain fart, man. What are they thinking?
Well, the midpoint and the second point do cap at the exact same time on this map, so I mean, there was a bit of a reason to do that back cap, but they just didn't stack it. They had, if you know, they probably could have gotten that or made it really close. Instead, TLR loses 2. They cap the second point. They do have an entire Uber advantage over Bite, who went down somewhere. I missed that. You missed that too. Some crazy stuff is happening, and
yeah, he went down and tried to get back. He came through Big Door, went into lower, and just couldn't escape. He was surrounded. No good. Big Uber comes in on main though. They're gonna lead with the fat man. He's so slow, but he's just walking forward, dishing out damage here. Heist gets a little flash too, but Nadir has gone down, and Kyler, who ran for the point. And the heavy comes out from TCM as well, and Droso is going to be able to pick up too. Kalio and Rake both going down. And I feel like... Oh, what? Heist tries to clutch it. Does get Bite, but doesn't get the point. He'd be happy enough with that, though. Evilman's going to be able to build this one up, Beasley.
Yeah, that was really close. Nicely done by Hiss. Good job to take down Bite in the first place, but that heavy really saved the day for... Bite's merry band of misfits. Droso with the huge plays coming in and just able to clean up everybody because, you know, Evil Moon wasn't healing. He was expecting to get the point and trying to back out, you know, maybe heal up everybody else, shoot some people, get a frag. Didn't work. And you see what happened, but because Bite went down, Evil Moon still has the advantage, and they know it's going to be too big an advantage, so if they don't push off of it right away, it's going to nullify and even out, and then we're going to see some more stupid heavies flying around. But TLR don't actually have a heavy right now. Drosso is still on heavy, so that's going to kind of stump the push a little bit as the Uber is popped in through the shutter door. Drosso's able to take out Rake, War is able to take out Hiss, and everybody's running for their lives on the last resort.
Oh man, I'm just seeing some poorly thought out, poorly executed pushes here. I mean, that situation, and Uber has been treated here like, did get the foresight eventually, but right at that point, TLR had advantage, and they knew they had an Uber advantage. They went in and tried to play the point against 6 players rather than trying to get frags. Sure, they dropped Heist on entry there, but the scouts didn't try and get any frags, didn't try and make the Uber pay, just went in and panicked and failed. They got the Uber out from Bite, which was good, but it was lucky, man. And now TLR have a little bit of an advantage. Not really that significant to push off. Rake's going to go down there. He will respawn in 10 seconds. But really, it's just they've lost CP4 for effectively for nothing, for free.
Yeah, they did. You said it perfectly again. They're just really going way too fast, and their decision making is being, injured and impacted by that. They really need to just slow it down and think about the way they're pushing. Maybe talk about it for 2 seconds. 2 seconds is all it takes. Let's just say, hey, get kills, and then go for the kills, or say, hey, let's go to the point and sticky it up. And they're not doing that. It seems like everybody's doing different things every time they push in, and you don't win matches that way, and especially not on Gullywash. But the Ubers are evened out. Yeah, the Ubers are evened out.
The strategy was like Heist was going to sticky the point, and Rake should run onto it. But I don't know.
Yeah, they took down early, right?
They should have just killed. Should have got frags. Exactly. I'm not going to second guess myself. It's going to be Uber versus Uber here. Rake goes down again. Gets caught out a little bit there. Seems to love to die. Guess he's just eating his dinner or something. Wants to be in the spawn queue. This is going to induce a drop down push from TCM. Walk in underneath, uncalled. Eventually pop off their charge. Come up behind the combo of TLR who realise they're there. Pop off their Uber. And now TCM find themselves 2 men down. Drosso and Clar both dead. As Heist bombs in high, he's raining down stickies onto Bite, trying to find that medic pick. He's empty, switches up to the pikes, flings out a pain train swipe there as well, I think, at some point. Eventually Bite does die, but TLR just struggling to really get some cohesion. A decent push, actually use their advantage to gain ground. It's just, I'm squirming here, man. It's making my skin crawl. Please, play some TF2.
Yeah, I saw this in the Viaduct match between TLR and Deserto, but both teams actually were kind of questionable with their pushes. In this match, we're seeing TCM really play very, very, very tight-knit and close TF2, and they're able to capitalize on a lot of these mistakes from TLR. But maybe that heavy weapons guy, Calho, is exactly what they need. That does save the day for some team. And he's going to push in through the big door with his team, get some nice shots out there. Nobody's going to bomb into a heavy. That's out of control. That's insane. Nobody's going to think like that. And TLR is able to just walk in, get that point, and now they want to go in through the choke. Neither team has Uber, but that heavy, War, you're out of your mind. You're going right into the heavy. He's able to get some nice around it. And the rest of the team might be able to get in through on that damage as both Ubers are popped at roughly the same time. A lot of flashing coming out of Bite. No flashing from Evil Moon as that big Russian heavy is standing there in their face, fully invulnerable. But can he get through the sticky trap from War as the rest of their team is going to try to get in through the flank? And Nadir gets a nice bomb onto Bite and War. He doesn't get Bite as Bite is knocked too high into the air for his second rock. And that was nuts. Admirable.
Yeah, it seemed like a little pincer play they were trying to make there, using Kalyo as the bait and Nadir coming around on the flank, but he couldn't connect the rockets to get that medic pick, and now TLR find themselves in a horrible position. They're down 3, the spawn comes in though for Nadir, but Evilman is having to succeed. He's backed out there, he's building Uber on last. Some of his team are in the lobby. Kalyo still running that heavy weapons guy. It hasn't exactly been paying it off for them. They haven't lost around yet, but they've sort of failed to do much, really. Bite's going to have a little bit of an Uber advantage, but by the time he's ready to push last, it won't matter. It's going to be Uber versus Uber here on last. And I've seen TCM opt to use a suicide plays here before in practice. And I wonder, will they send in a little bit of a fake here? Are they going to commit a few players and not pop that charge off? Will they be able to bait this one out from TLR? Looks like it, yes! Man, I'm just damn good at this commentating. There they go with the suicide. 2 soldiers sacrificed for an uber charge. Byte's got 4 players up and an uber charge. He's going to bait that TLR push. Hope they will just run into this traps of war and those deadly pipes. They're going to roll out with a slow heavy weapons guy. And this is, oh wow! The heavy Kallio picks up 3 there after cleaning up those 2 soldiers. Also gets the demo man of war, and this heavy, the slow push, is just able to grind out a situation here where they're able to get the counter force basically and now retreat.
Yeah, they are able to get the counter force, and this heavy's really slowing down the game of TLR, and maybe that's exactly what they need. They're not rushing. They didn't rush that at all, that push out. They didn't rush anything there. It was a force. They, you know, the heavy probably could have done a better job to stop those bombs coming in to protect that medic, but after
Look at
that,
this soldier!
they got the force.
Sagan's just walked in underneath!
Oh my
Nobody's
god!
seen him! He just was hiding there! He's got the PH and he's going to be ×2 in the front of Forsaken Ghosts in there, oh my god! What
he
the
just
hell?
Walked. He's not even trying!
Huge place, huge rooms there. He was just taking a dander. He's not a roaming soldier, he's a wandering soldier, man. He just strolled in there, he's a stroller. What the hell? Oh, onto another middle Beasley. What's happening?
What's happening is that Evil Moon is still not really able to get the buffs out to his team, as they're not able to get out into the mid through that big door, and War is just going to bomb some nice stickies out onto the mid. But Kyler for fun is going to get up there, get some nice shot as Nadir cleans up Droz. Forsaken goes down, Flip goes down as well. Like we said, that heavy is really slowed down their game, but everybody else is really, really low, and they need to get healed up and just get this point without overcommitting and dying. They don't have the heavy right now, but it looks like they've had time to just talk about what they're doing. And the slow mid play, it allowed them to get the ground they needed at the pace they needed and pick up frags along the way, and they just kept bowling right in there. But the Ubers are even for both teams, as Kyler for Fun wants to get into that lobby and take out Editor, get a frag before his team commits into this push. But it does not look like that's going to happen, as Forsaken goes down first, Rake goes down right after that, and the Ubers have traded in that big door area. Byte is getting very aggressive with his Uber as TLR's backing out. They have the scout coverage there as a flank comes in from the deer, but he's spotted out because that just keeps happening, and they know at this point. And War bombs into that choke very aggressively, gets some nice damage. Drozo comes in to clean up his, and now he's got a clear shot at the medic, but that respawn scout wants to stop that, and it looks like for the moment he keeps him at bay as Evil Moon just gets out of there with his 25% Uber.
Yeah, Byte kept pushing because he had just single Ubered that pocket Clar, whilst Evil Moon had to sort of panic and flash a few players at Big Door. And TLR should have been happy to get out there and just sort of survive on middle. They made it to their own choke, and then Kallio was like, I'm gonna walk in here against 6 TCM players. He died, and they've constantly lost players since then, and they keep finding themselves at a man disadvantage at every point, and that's why they're now on last with a heavy weapons guy trying to hold on for dear life. It's going to be Uber versus Uber yet again. Byte is poised in the lobby here, buffing up his players. They're going to lead from main. They send in a scout. Drozo's too fast. Those scouts run faster than medics, Drozo. Oh my god. He's going to go down. And the Uber will be countered though as Evilman pops off his. Byte escapes and can now build up a little bit of an advantage. War goes down though. Evilman's not really building. Byte can actually build a significant advantage if he wants to here, as Kallio is forced to stay on the point and clean up Forsaken. If Byte builds and pushes, that can be some sort of a old school TF2 push. Push once, rebuild your Uber charge, and keep trying to build faster than the other team right now. He is building and building. Does have an opportunity here, even though it looks like TLR will cap this point. If they hold close and decide to push button, they might just crush Evil Moon. But are they too scared? That's what I'm wondering, Beasley.
Yeah, they might be too scared. You know, we need... I wish we could tell if that call was made by those players on last. That, you know, Evil Moon hasn't been building. We do have a big advantage over them right now, because they did have 2 players in there to witness that and keep them at bay. And it seems as if Byte... I don't know if he knows that. And he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't, as Drozo is cleaned up on the flank. He wants to push this big door, but now they really can't go in any further than they already are. The Ubers are even. Forsaken goes down, and the Uber wants to come in through the choke point for TLR, but Flip on Sniper is trying to keep that heavy at bay. He's not able to do that, as both Ubers are popped. Byte is able to find War and pop the Uber on him, and now they really just want to get out and try to stop TLR from getting in any further than they already are with some nice sticky. But they get that, and they're trying now to just catch TLR like off guard here as Bite pushes in on the flank with their scouts there. This is Drozo being healed at 185, but Klar goes down, and we're just going to stalemate out again. Evil Moon does have 15% Uber advantage. Thank you very much, Blue, for that little plug-in. Some fake calls are coming out. We're seeing some trickery. Maybe some James Bond fans out there.
Some espionage, subterfuge. Oh my god, Flip's still on the field though, and if TLR have been paying attention, they will remember there is a sniper. It's probably why they didn't continue with that push. The heavy being so slow and the sniper being so deadly at any range, infinite range. Oh my god. There is just one player on the flank though, and that's Najiri. He's trying to hold on his own. He's pretty weak. He's going to get juggled up into that balcony, and that baits Klar forward for Heist to get that pick. Now they have a man advantage, but still they have that very slow heavy. Heist is playing on the flank here, away from the heels, and if Forsaken and Bite chose to push in, can pick up a 3k. Flip finds Nadir, Forsaken onto Heist, but Bite gets flanked by Kyler. Bite drops to Kyler's scattergun. I'm sure we've all been there, but that's not going to be any consolation for him right now, Beasley, as he finds, even though his team still have 5 players up, he's gone down, and when the spawns come in, his team haven't managed to pop that Uber. They're going to be at a big disadvantage, but as I say that, War just walks forward and gets that foresight. He will go down, but that might be okay. Bite's going to spawn. They're going to have Hiddens. They might want to test this. They have a sniper against the heavy. That's like rock, paper, scissors, man.
It is, but Flip goes down to 1 HP, and is he able to get out of there? He is, but he's spamming his E key non-stop, gets that little health pack up to 26. But he's still not going to be able to really stop that heavy. There's a couple revved up shots by that minigun stop him. He gets his heals that he so desperately needs. But Kyler for fun wants to get in there and flank, maybe kill Bite. He doesn't have Uber this time, but whatever. Nadir, I missed that entirely, but he jumps up there onto War, who's got absolutely no protection in that upper battlements area, and is able to take him out, and that puts a favorable advantage in the hands of TLR, and they might just want to get in there while there's no demo man. They haven't decided to do that. They're just going to back it off, get their Uber. War does spawn for TCM, though, as the push comes in with the heavy. Calhoun knows that he has come in maybe a little bit too early with this push, as the spawns have come up, and Bite pops a little bit later, as TLR is just going to back it off and recycle this Uber. So we're going to see a lot of Uber cycling and building, I think, here. And,
yeah, I like the fact they didn't just push in and die like the last time. They just went in, traded Ubers, and got out immediately. That's a great improvement, man. We're showing some progression here, and that's all I could ask for.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more. Both teams are building. There's a slight advantage for Evil Moon, but when you have that heavy on your team, you can work with that advantage. You can get the bomb to force to try to stop the medic from coming in, and then a couple shots on that med, and it's an easy pick-in. Oh, I love that phrase, Admirable. I really do. Let's see what Evil Moon wants to do. He has that Uber. He knows about it. The heavy is not going to take it this time, as he pops in with his soldiers and Demo Man, but they're not able to do too much other than force the Uber from Bite, as everybody, again, is just going to back out. They're going to cycle this Uber one more time. They know there are 11 minutes remaining in this match, and they are exactly where they want to be. They don't want to put Bite in a position where he can just turtle it up, and hopefully they'll be able to get that cap at, you know, one of these next pushes. Say about 10 pushes remaining if they stay here for the next 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And I'm okay with that. I'd love to watch some TF2 last pushes.
There's a few things you can do here, like especially with the heavy. If you're attacking, you can... Nazir's going to respawn here. He might off-class for starters, but there's like an old strategy where you can roll the heavy and the medic, try and just get them into the water, and then push up onto the point. You're going to pop off your Uber and trade Ubers, but as the Uber fades, you find yourself in like, it's like a chess position where you're on their last point. It's almost checkmate if you can manage to keep your players alive on the flank. There's going to be an Uber trade here, though. Not even going to listen to what I'm saying, man. Kyler and Rick going to go down, making a beeline for that point. Flower also goes down, but as the Ubers fade, Evilman gets dropped by Flip, who just W mouse once, and Clark calls like lel in the chat that only Calio remains alive on that heavy weapons guy. He will go down, and that will be a wipe as Kyler and Rick respawn.
Can I just say, Admirable, you know, you're really letting your rust show. You're really letting us show there. That heavy water strategy doesn't happen anymore. Nobody does that, especially with the pyro. Not when you've got pyros in the mix now in this ETF2. We see a spy come in, counter for fun, takes out Drozo after missing the stab onto Bite, but he pushes up. as I was saying, while we see Bite and his merry band take this point, the pyro strategy with the medic and water, Uber that pyro on to last there on Gullywash and just blow everybody else away is pretty good, you know. And we can maybe see that coming up later on in this match. As Bite gets his Uber
people, buddy.
all the time. Bite actually gets his Uber, pops it, tries to get an Uber saw to keep that going, but the scouts Drozo's able to take out that big old heavy Calho, and maybe they're going to push in through the big door. That's exactly what they want to do, as Drozo's going to try and get up there, get some shots, but Kyler, for fun, has a mind of his own, gets in their face, goes down. Questionable move by him, very questionable, as now that's going to open up a lot of possibilities for Bite and his group, and they're going to take advantage of that, but Clar's not able to do too much with his bomb, and it's taken down by Rake, so they're just back that booty up.
TCM really needed to quickly in there to follow up on Clar, but he was the sacrificial lamb, I think. And look at this, Bite's totally separated from the rest of his team. TCM are all fighting on choke and above. Bite unable to heal anybody right now. He's just trying to play smart here and stay alive, but is unable to dish out any of that good medic love right now. Forsaken will manage to pick up Nadir in the lobby and hold things there, but meanwhile the rest of his team have got cleaned up on CP4. TLR are going to cap that and push ahead here, and Bite hasn't been building. He's going to get it just in the nick of time as the fat man Forsaken jumps onto the point. He's going to be able to secure things ever so slightly. War's getting chased though by a scout. It's Kyler hot on his heels from that formerly water area. He's going to juke back but find himself trapped. Nobody from TLR's here to capitalise on Kyler's distraction, because they need to get the hell out of there. They're going to keep their medic alive and try and wait for those respawns and hold on here. Look at the deer jumping up into the stickies on focus fire there. War picks up that frag, then jumps into choke, finds Evil Moon with a flying pipe as Clar shotguns Calio, and TLR's attempt to hold on there was just totally disregarded by TCM. They were like, walked in there, snatched it, man. They took it from their cold dead hands.
Cold dead hands everywhere. There's actually only 2 cold dead hands right now, but that's way too many cold dead hands if you're TLR. You don't want those dead little scout feeties running around everywhere. But Calho knows that he needs to get the force. If they don't have it yet, he didn't know that. How could he possibly know that? It was a good try, but Bites is going to take his scouts right into there. They don't have the Uber. Nadir goes down. Drozo is just a 100% meat-packing industry power plant right here, as he takes a lot of meat shots into that last point, but they don't have the second point. Evil Moon gets some Uber saws onto War. He pops his Uber on last as the Heavy and Warher, are not able to take him down. He gets another one, but he goes down in the Uber. Oh.
Evil Moon, what the hell? Oh, there was a soldier just spawned above him. He went for the Uber saw. Sure, that works in pickups and double mixes. Not an official, buddy, not an official. He wanted that frag movie clip, man, but nah, his medic, or his team find himself like medic, he's just respawned him. I'm looking for Flip.
Flip, throughout its entire engagement, has been sitting staring at his forward spawn with his Boston Basher out.
What? What's going on? Oh, he's waiting for his team to spawn forward. I don't understand. What's he doing? Je ne comprends pas. Crazy French bastard.
Wrong spawn there, buddy.
The control point is being contested.
Oh wow. I hope our
if only
cameraman
TLR
Arie caught
could
that.
know. Oh yeah, I really hope he did too. If only TLR knew that that was happening, they'd be a little more aggressive right now, but they don't. There's no way they could possibly know that the funniest thing that anybody has ever witnessed in an official ETF2L match has just gone down. And they do know still that they have their Uber advantage, and they want to get in, as both soldiers you see are on the nipple for TCM, which is good. You want the height advantage. They're probably going to get a good bomb in as soon as Evil Moon and his people come in through this choke, but the force comes out very early. They don't even need to do anything. As Hiss goes in, takes down Bite with some nice stickies. The rest of the team comes. There are no heals for TCM, so hopefully we see TLR just play their own heals and take these frags very easily, but that's exactly what they're not going to do, is they all get into the face of TCM and are cleaned up one by one. But that soldier is behind them, and Evil Moon is in a bit of a predicament right here, as he's got a scout, he's got a soldier, he's got a demo man. Everybody's coming in to get him. The scout goes down, and so does Evil Moon. That's what you hate to see. You hate to see medics get caught in pickles.
Yeah, the best they could hope for was to trade with as many players as possible. I think Kyler got 1 or 2 there. I would have just kept running back and forward between Choke and the Rock. try and buy time, get some frags. He's gone down though, and he'll probably spawn a little bit faster because of that. So there's that way to think about it too. Maybe just press that suicide key. Bite does have a 15% advantage though. Oh, will he be able to push on the button, or will he just be happy to sit back here with only 5 minutes left on the clock? It's time to run that clock down Euro style. Forsaken is gone in and died to Heist the Sticky. So did Flip, but that was a while ago. He's respawned. He's back on the field. Droso picks up Kyler there, and TLR are trying to get aggressive, and then they realise, oh, we still have a heavy weapons guy. This is tough to push with. Bite has that charge now, and he's going to work his way up top. He's being pretty lackadaisical, man. He's not too enthused. He's not going to rush into the waiting traps of TLR. Heist, the Stickies have been cleaned up, and the Uber disadvantage has evaporated. Now they're going to lead with a scout and a demo here, but War gets slightly stunned there. They're just going to go straight in and straight out and trade Ubers without really losing anything. They can happily hold in lobby here for hours, Beasley.
Yep, we're at that time. And, you know what? I actually think we've been at that time for about 10 minutes. I think that's what we've been seeing from TCM, because they've been pretty happy to just give TLR Uber and wait in lobby. But not this time. They're going to go in, and Forsaken just takes out Evil Moon. Nobody knew that was going to be happening. But Clar, War, Forsaken, they're all taken out. Bite is going to try and get out of this, but he's in a really bad spot. It looks like Droso is going to be able to save him as he takes down Kyler for fun, who's done a lot of mischief in this match already. But the spawns are coming up for TCM. Maybe not soon enough, as the Heavy tries to peek in through Big Door. But no, he realizes, he presses tab a couple times, sees the spawns come up, and quickly runs away. But that's going to give the full Uber to Bite, and they want to do something with this. They want to get back into that lobby and be able to run down the clock in a very, very, very peaceful way, as opposed to possibly being bombed on mid. And as I say that, we see the push come in. The Heavy weapons guy is in a prime position to do nothing but take a lot of damage. And Evil Moon goes down. Tell me all about it.
Hey, he just was alone at the tank there, you know, just behind the point. There's a back cap on though, as TLR scouts try and dig them out of a hole here if they can make this count. They've now got a 2-on-2 here against War and Bite, but actually it's just Rick. Kind of fun is dicking about on the choke. Now he comes in, but the reinforcements are coming in for TCM. The respawn there from who was that just died to Kyler in the lobby? Damn, my HUD is screwing up on me. But anyway, as it stands, TCM find themselves with only 2 players alive. Everybody else got cleaned up. TLR have the full complement of 6 here as they push in, find War, and then Bite. And it looks like the last resort scouts might have just handed them a golden ticket here into the golden cap, if they can convert this one. We've seen them fail at so many pushes though, Beasley. I'm not too sure. Can they slam dunk this one? It's an open goal. Come on, guys. Either.
It really is an open goal, but not anymore as War spawns up. I think they're just going to wait for this Uber and use every bit of this 2 minutes to try and get that golden cap. As they get the Uber and they pop it in through the riverside with both scouts and their demo man, but that pyro is going to get into their face and blow them away. Clar is able to take down Rake pretty early as Kyler takes down Flip as well. The pyro is taken out.
Soldier.
Oh my goodness, TCM has fallen apart, and TLR takes the 1-1 as Admirable is making noises over there, brushing that dirt off his shoulder. Oh my goodness. There's enough time for 1 cap though, if they wipe them at mid, as we're going to watch Hiss take this, as he's jumping his way, his heart's pounding. He knows, I don't want to go to a golden cap. I've been playing for about an hour now. I'm pretty tired, I want to go outside. And he gets some nice stick. He actually hits the scout going into that little cubby area, and then falls down to his medic to back all the way over to the right side and meet up with the rest of his team. But the height advantage is there for TCM, as everybody else is able to get taken out. Everybody who's hurt is being focus fired.
You're getting smashed.
50 seconds left. But is there enough? Are there enough players alive to take it all the way in the last for TLR? I don't think so.
TLR, TLR, TLR. Believe, Beasley. Hashtag believe.
I'm believing.
The last resort are in the ascendancy here. They're gonna just take the momentum from that really, really long round. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Oh, they haven't done it yet. There's still 30 seconds left on the clock right now. There is a scout up top as well. Kyler for fun is poised to make big plays. There's someone getting isolated here. Flip is walking forward. He's pretty weak. Kyler is still up there. They've capped the point. Kyler's going to go balcony. He picks up a soldier onto Claude. Kyler
look at this.
Is all the way onto the last. One-man army.
15
TLR
seconds.
pushing forward. Only 3 players alive. Beasley, what's gonna happen?
What's happening? 3 down. Strozo, Clara, Flip are all down for TLR as War goes down as well. Forsaken goes down, Pike goes down. There are 4 seconds remaining and it's a cap. And TLR takes the map.
Bonsai!
There was 2 seconds remaining.
Oh wow. They just managed to clutch that one. The scouts of TLR really kicking the door in there against that strong TCM defense. What the hell? They managed to make it 2-1 in the dying seconds, and they're going to get 3 points from that. And that's going to frustrate TCM for sure, man. They were in control for such a long period there.
Oh, that was incredible. I'm so glad I got to cast that match. That's the TF2 I love to see. And unfortunately, in the NA scene, we don't get to see it because the clock doesn't happen to be a factor very often. And, oh man, my heart is pounding as your heart pounding. I think I just had 7 heart attacks. I'm too American for my own good.
Yeah, this sort of thing happens all the time. I'm getting spammed here by Ips on chat. He must have some insight. He says, Ips has been watching Byte stream, and he said, quote unquote, "Can't believe we lost against these shitters." There you go.
Shots fired.
Oh man, oh man. Beasley, I don't think we have any interviews or anything lined up, so we'll just cut to the chase here. I'm going to ask you who stood out for you on that map, and then we'll wrap things up.
Kyler for fussing out for me, by far. I wanted to give it to him the last map, but he didn't win it. This time, his team played off his incredible aggression. He got so many frags. I don't think he missed a shot in that entire thing. And for those last 2 rounds, those last 2 pivotal rounds for TLR, the scouts, they pushed all the way in with that nice back cap on mid. They were able to cap 2 and take that all the way into last with that Uber, which was a scout Uber from TLR that cleaned up TCM and won them that round. And then again, we saw tons of aggression come out from Kyler and his scout partner Rake. But Rake, excellent job for him as well. But Kyler absolutely stood out for me, and I think they won. He won the game for TLR there, or got the tie, the draw.
Yeah, I thought Forsaken did pretty well as well. I know he's in the losing team, and wow, like I haven't checked the logs yet, but looking at the damage stats throughout the round, it seemed like War was just shitting on everybody, and his team still lost. Let me just quickly go to logs.tf here, and Jesus, man, War put out nearly 500 damage per minute that game, 14k over the full 30 minutes, and Heist was only at like 9,000. That's about a 5,000 damage difference. Sure, they were playing a lot of choke points. He might have been able to pad his stats a little bit, whatever you want to say, but that was a pretty impressive game from War there. He was low scoring on the board, but damn, that's a tough pill to swallow. But Kyler for fun could have played like shit the entire game, and then the fact that he won with that back cap with Rake, yeah, we're gonna give it to Kyler, sure thing.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, he did 700 damage in that last round, which for a scout in a round that fast, that round lasted 55 seconds. Everybody, 55 seconds of a round, and he did 700 damage. That is 700 damage in less than a minute, which is absolutely unbelievably played out of his mind in that last round.
That's higher DPM than War. We'll give it to him for sure. He's just sealed it. Oh well, guys, if you haven't just joined us yet, you missed it all. It was Vanilla TV with Admirable, Beasley and Arie on the camera. This was ETF2L Season 16, powered by Blackout Gaming Week 2. You just saw the last resort draw with TCM over the 2 maps. They managed to clutch Gullywash at the end 2-1, but they did lose Badlands, and I can't even remember what the score was. Check it out on ETF2L.org. Thank you, I knew it was close. Easily. I want to hear some more amazing insight, some pearl of wisdom to carry us out.
Well, folks, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, all you lovely TF2 nerds out there, I'm a nerd myself. You can see me dancing up there, you can see Admirable in his spiffy suit. All I have to say is take it a little slower, please don't use heavies, and, you know, just have a great time with your life in TF2.